Oh my god. What the fuck? Please adjust the slider to the dog and the cat are friends. Oh my god. Please adjust the slider to the number 5 becomes the number 9. Oh, what? Oh my god. Please adjust the slider so you stop adjusting the slider. Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Isabel Boinkol. Please don't adjust the slider. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yes. What is time anyway? No. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? No. Help. No. Will you come back to visit me? Maybe. So the game apparently crashed. I don't know what the hell that was.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
The game crashed on me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm not taking the bucket. Because I'm pretty sure the game ain't gonna... It's gonna act normal from now on if I
When Stanley came
don't
to a
take
set
the
of
bucket.
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should I really go to the door on my left? Because I don't feel like it. I feel like going on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, 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 oh.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Can I jump off? I don't think I should jump off. Just idiot. Oh! Hell am I? What the fuck?
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording?
Maybe.
It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination,
most
you must
games
absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Who knows?
Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Not my fault that you led me somewhere completely different. Oh, shit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
So Lazaro, any other things I missed? Anything
This
at all?
was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Okay, here we go. Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what we are going to do.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Back at it again at Krispy Kreme's. Whee! Where would we be now, Bucket? Where would we be?
Okay.
The fuck?
This is day number
What
295.
the hell?
Tape number... I don't even know.
There's a
I've
small
lost
little
track.
platform to the left.
Nothing feels real anymore.
Everything feels real.
The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down.
This got dark pretty quick.
Make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This
Wow.
is my golden ticket.
That's how
But I
Ultra
have to be
Deluxe
careful.
Edition was born!
As soon as this gets out,
This was the
there's
origins
no
of the
target
bucket!
on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that?
Uh-oh, shit. Oh, dear God. What the hell's a Gambarada? He's dead. Oh my God. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck was that?
All of his co-workers were gone.
That's
What
an
could it
ending.
mean?
No
Stanley
shit.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
had simply missed a memo. Should I do normal or should I do bucket? Pick Lazo. This bucket determines the fate of Stanley forever. Do a normal one. Without the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So, I think I reached about 50% of what this game offers. I don't know if there's much to do. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I missed something. Either stand figurines. Yes. Either that, Lazaro, or try an ending without a bucket that you did with the bucket. That's exactly what I just did. It apparently led to Stanley being recording, and Stanley got mad at me, and yeah. Like a cassette tape, unplugging the phone, or squishing yourself.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
The lounge was sublime.
So,
a work
Laz,
of art, but eager to
did
get
I do
back
a
to
bunch
business,
of
Stanley
progress
took the
in this
first
game?
open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright,
Look, Stanley,
we'll
I think
just wait
perhaps
right here.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Progress is a
I'm
difficult
not sure
word to
any
define in
really
the Stanley
are.
Parable.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
She has... Oh.
That's her, Stanley.
Really?
You need to be the one to do this.
Because
To
I don't
reach
give
out
a
to
shit!
her. Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that
Really?
even possible? None
I
of
didn't
these
think there was a
decisions
wrong
were supposed
option
to
in
mean
this game to
anything.
begin with.
I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices?
I don't know
What
if
did
I
you...
just do
Wait
it.
a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
I am. Wait, what?
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect
Excuse
choices. And to think I've
me?
been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate
Wait,
you
no,
on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instruction.
No, video, please, no.
Choice.
Fuck.
It's the best part of being a real person.
I love
but
choices.
if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this
Jesus
scenario,
Christ.
a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find
Whoa,
yourself
fish.
speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Oh, I'm having a back, sack, and
Excellent.
crack.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do
Whoa.
you make more than 8?
That's kind of a lot of flowcharts.
And finally, if you begin to
So you're
wonder if
making
your
that much
choices
choices?
are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are
A lot of
materially
branches with 8
insignificant,
billion people.
and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
That means per day there are at least 64
welcome
billion
back. You may have
branches.
noticed that this room has
Ha!
begun to deteriorate
Jesus,
as a
whoa!
result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now
What
that
just
you're properly
happened?
informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Well, I want to go to the store. Shit, I can't go through here.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
Oh,
That
how would
story
you know?
make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
No!
Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Telltale's Walking Dead. Wow, Lazaro, you didn't have to do them like that. And besides, the game got Game of the Year, so I'm fine with it.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution
It should have
once
been
again,
Stanley.
and you'll be home free in the real world.
That game came out in like 2012, and this game came out in like, what, 2013? 2014?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
2011,
responsibly
actually.
and always putting the story
Well, did it come out in
first.
2012?
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two
Yes.
open doors,
Well, it's
he
an
entered the door
indie
on
game,
his
so
left.
it can't be Game of the Year. Wait, did it ask me to go left or right? Okay, I'm gonna go right.
No! Why did you do that?
Ah.
Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
What the hell happened here? Oh, dear God. Narrative. Oh, so I just can't go back here.
Oh, it's ruined.
Oh.
I can't believe
Oh,
after everything we
Jesus.
talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why?
Oh
For
my
what?
God.
What did you get out of that?
I don't know
did
what
you
I
think was
did.
so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do
Calm
I do?
down.
What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have
No,
to.
don't shut the game down, please.
I
Come
have
on.
to.
Come on, we can continue, boy. Oh, oh. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Where are we?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you.
Hi.
You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Yes.
You just had to see?
No, it's not
Impress
funny.
upon
No,
you
it's
how
not funny.
important
You're right.
it
You're
was
right.
to be like Stanley. He
Yeah.
actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Hi.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Oh!
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay, it's gonna repeat like last time. Alright, we're gonna go to the left now.
First. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
At least there's a door here. Which won't open. Fuck.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week.
Where?
Night Shark 115.
Night
Was
Shark
this the
115.
code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Shark Breath 115. Is that the code?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Night Shark.
Into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Night
I'm sorry,
Shark.
Is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I don't know what the code is. Is it Night Shark 115?
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley.
What? I'm trying to say the code.
He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Sure, reality.
I need you to make a choice.
The
I
end.
need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
Well.
Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just
so.
both correct. You cannot be
I
wrong.
think.
We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do.
Is this the?
Step forward, please.
Is this technically the game's true ending right here? It just shows you the credits.
Anything?
The narrator sounds so sad.
I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Ah, that was
All this code was
something.
gone. What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had... Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Why I take the bucket? No, don't take the bucket. So what
All of his
have I
co-workers
not
were
done
gone. What could it mean?
in
Stanley
the
decided
normal
to go
run?
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Lazaro, what do I do? Lazaro!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Squish yourself.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You have to
And
go
so
the right
he
way,
detoured through the maintenance
and then
section,
escape.
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
Not what I meant.
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Wait, I fucked up.
From here, it's, Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Somewhere both red and blue. Where would that to be? I don't know.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That requires going the wrong way and dropping down onto the railing area.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What
The
dark
hell
secret
you
was being held
mean,
from
railing
him?
area?
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible...
Oh.
All of his
What?
coworkers were gone. What could it mean?
What?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What? What? What the fuck? What the fuck? Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Dog mode.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
You can interact with it. What'd that do? Okay, I'm gonna turn it off. So do I bring the bucket with me? Or should I keep going? Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You need to
This
see
was
the
not
full
the correct
potential
way
of
to the
dog
meeting
mode.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
I don't know.
But eager to get back to business,
But you're gonna get back to
first open
business.
door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Oh.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on... And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
I
This
did
is
it!
doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done.
You get
We're
nothing
all
for
done
this.
here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
I did absolutely
Now listen carefully,
nothing.
this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
The fuck?
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think, well,
Jesus
I think I have
Christ.
a solution. Here, let me show you.
What? Oh. Oh, what the hell?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Oh.
I actually feel happy.
Oh. I kind of forgot this route existed. Oh my God, that's how. It's beautiful. It's perfect. Is that you, Jean Jacket? Is that you? Take me with you. Take me with you, Jean Jacket. It is me. Where are you going? No! Don't leave me! Oh, what the hell? You got green shit now? Alright, well, I must be going now. They'll arrive back.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Bye.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
No!
Oh!
Oh,
Oh.
thank God. You lived. You have... No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Because I'm a mom!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Michael, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Backflip! Whoa!
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
This is the kill yourself
Looks like
ending.
you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
He is very sad. Truly sorry you had to feel this way. But no exceptions. Oh!
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Damn. This is very, very traumatic. Is he not even gonna say anything?
Stanley,
Oh!
I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
What?
Those figures. I
What?
haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire
I
life?
lied.
Didn't it fill you to the
No!
brim with inner richness? Yes, I know
Oh.
we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just
Come
one more
on.
time.
Oh, we're back here again. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Oh, Jesus. The memory zone. 2013, when the Stanley Parable was released, Lazaro. That's when the game came out! Not 2012. Oh, we go down here?
Here's where it all began. The first
This
collectible.
happened
Back then, we
yesterday.
had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
What the hell? 7 out of 6? Actually, the very first Stanley Parable was released as a Half-Life mod in 2011.
And here is a second Stanlerine. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
The bathroom. It's right over here.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next?
Whoa,
Oh yes,
what
we found
the...
Figley in this pink room.
Excuse
I can't
me?
actually say I remember being in this room.
I have
but it's
never
here in
seen
the
this room
memory
before.
zone, so it must have happened.
This is the Mandela effect. You think we remember being here.
This
But
was
we
the
would
5th
never.
mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse.
Oh, I can't jump
I
out!
remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
The fuck? How you found it by the narrator? What? What's that back there? This is the most... Oh my lord. It's Mini Stan 5! Yeah! This is like an old ass YouTube video made in 2006. Windows Movie Maker. You found it near the cargo lift. Thanks for watching. Credits. This wasn't 2013 content.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Oh.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you.
What happens if we
figure
picked
and
up
I
this
thought to
figure
myself,
first, then the
yes,
others, like,
that's all of them.
in a
They're
different
all
order?
Collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Blue. Oh. You are in the present.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh. And we're done.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there
But
some way we can
what?
stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Wow. By the way,
Yes, the room with the red and blue doors.
remember the fern?
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
That one room you were in had the fern in it. I did not remember that fern, honestly, Lazaro.
That video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Oh! Fuck!
Yes, I love that video.
And now we're back here. iMovie jump
Still don't
scare.
remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
I think this is their excuse of making me go back for the pink room. Never seen this room ever.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Boss's office? Oh, there's nothing here.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember?
Down
I
here.
remember it too.
I
The
remember
past
as
is truly
well.
a wonderful thing. Why does anyone
We have
ever
like
choose to leave it?
17
Keep
figures. And then
This
the
is
last
the
one.
very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh. Oh, we're back here. We're back here.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on.
Yes,
I
the jump
remember hating it
circle.
back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact,
It does,
I dare say
doesn't it,
I'm
Lazaro?
actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more memories.
Man, I remember when I thought new content, the jump circle, was like jumping and everything.
Oh, yes, the two doors.
Two
Who could have
doors.
forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Oh, what a classic, wasn't it, Lazaro? And then I go to the right. Oh.
And before everything else, there was your office.
The illusion of free choice. Stop
anything
with
else?
that!
Something that came before.
I get it!
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Oh.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much.
No, this can't be the end.
Here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
No way.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be
Why am I in dog
better
mode?
than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Still no one was here.
Oh.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and
There goes the
comfort now
room.
more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Stanley, we must move on from
Ah!
this simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
So no more collectibles? Is this it? There's no more, Lazaro. It's all gone. No more!
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Maybe.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Loading, 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 loading,
The
loading,
elevator
loading,
raced
loading,
downward,
loading.
plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is
Oh,
here
yeah.
for you, Stanley.
You can go up the
Everything
elevator
will
again.
be fine. Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Alright. Number 3! I wanna go back. Let's go back.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. "Well," he said, "the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life." Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought it would work. Well, maybe just one more for the memories.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Ah, that was enjoyable. Wasn't it, Lazarus?
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again? No, said Stanley to the bucket. "You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me.
It
You and
means
I
so
have
much
been
to me.
through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel." He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
The bucket said nothing. Let's go back. Let's go try that
"Here
button
we go,"
again.
said Stanley. "This time I'll really show you." He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and
Man.
fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for
Look
a
at it,
reaction
Lazaro,
of some kind.
in all of its
Anything
glory.
to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
That was fun. But there's always more. There's always more, Bucket. We'll settle on for the adventure.
Said Stanley. "I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart." He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him.
Where are we
why
going?
He felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Damn.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined
All eyes
a
on
single
Stanley.
measure further.
Live on
When
stage.
the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Oh.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one. There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak,
Oh.
to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day.
I can't take it seriously with the
press
dog
conference.
noises.
There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Oh, back to the... Ah, shit.
Hi,
Yes?
Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from...
No. I think I'm gonna end it off here. Oh my god! Hazard. What the hell was that? What was all that, Lazaro? You'll probably finish it the third time. Finish what the third time? Ah, Lazaro. The game. I see. Well, that's gonna be it for the Stanley Parable. We might finish the game, according to Lazaro. I think. I hope. Also at the same time, I hope not. This game is pretty cool. It's funny. It has a lot of content. It has a lot of jokes. It has a lot of choices. It has a lot of flow charts. It's never the end. It's never the end, Lazaro. It's never the end.